Welcome to my beta 1.3_01 world. I have a little bit of a cold today, and I thought that playing some beta Minecraft and doing some relaxing would be what I need, my medication. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently today. Last video I had quite loud game volume and also not a lot of cuts. In today's video I'm going to cut out the silences more and have an less game volume. If you like one better than the other, make sure to let me know if you watched the last video. I have some plans for today. We'll see if I follow them. I want to get done with these houses that I started with, and I also made a tree farm since last time. I also want to continue working on my underground laboratory storage type thing. I have cleared out the water and the ice from this little area and just push the ocean out. I want to widen this a bit, and the plan is to make it storage area. You know, since this is spawn, I think that I will need some type of big storage space, and I think underground is quite cool. I haven't built a lot underground in beta, but I don't think it's great content to work here because it's, well, horrible working conditions, let's say. So my plan is that I'm gonna build the houses, be done with them, and then we might go on a little mining trip. I am a bit torn if I wanna keep deforesting this forest. We cannot get more spruce trees because spruce saplings don't exist yet, meaning that every tree I remove from here is gonna just be one less tree. You've seen that it started all the way over here. That's why I'm using oak to make planks, as I don't want to waste whatever we got. And I don't know if the right call was to use spruce as the outside, what do we call it, like edges, I guess. But I wanted to do something different, so I guess I have to stand my ground now. I want all the houses to kind of match, to make them feel like it's part of one little community. But if we expand it later, I might do different materials. I guess not materials, but use maybe oak logs instead. Or I am kind of slow today, I can really feel it. I haven't had a cold now for almost a year, I think. I think I take pretty good care of myself and my body. But now I got it. Don't know from where either. Maybe some guy at the gym or something. I see some stone there. Is that a lava pool? Or just... There is like spots which miss grass and sand in this version. I can't remember what they are called now. But they were like... Oh, pumpkins. Nice. They were listed as one feature when I updated into one of the Infta versions, but I can't remember. Was it like erosion, maybe? I think it was called erosion. And it was harder to find in that updating through every version world than diamonds. Like I couldn't find it for such a long time. And yeah, by the way, I picked up the pumpkins with a sword because that is faster in this version. A lot of blocks has the wrong collection, like mining tool, and that's why stuff like stairs and pumpkins are faster to mine with a sword than an axe. Pumpkins I could see actually make sense even in the modern versions, but stairs obviously should be with an axe, in my opinion. So I want this house here to feel kind of like a longhouse. That's why I have like a big throne here. I'm gonna put down a table, bunch of chairs, and then behind this thing is gonna be a tunnel leading to my underground base. I'm also thinking of doing something similar to like Moria, like underground dwarven caves things. I have an image in my head of, I think it was the Jogs cast, down in like Dwarven Mines many years ago. And I haven't really built anything like that, so I might do that in this world soon. But we will see. Right now I want to finish these houses and also get the storage system up and running, because living in that tiny fishing hut is not ideal. One of the reasons why I'm playing on peaceful, by the way, is that the mob AI is so stupid. It got its big overhaul in the adventure update, and after that it's kind of when monsters are enjoyable, I guess. Although they became way easier to fight since you had the sprint mechanic. But before that it was quite hard to take them seriously, because they just wander off edges and can't really pathfind to you very well. And that's why I decided to keep them off for now. If you think that I am a P-word, I don't want to swear, and should put them on, you can make sure to let me know. But I quite like the relaxing feel of peaceful on Minecraft. It's kind of eerie in a way, you know? There we go. I put down the jack-o'-lanterns, by the way, because I thought they could make the entrance more haunting or something. Although I don't want it haunting, but like more inviting. But it almost looks like they have a Halloween party there, so I might get rid of them. For a roof, I kind of wanted to do like straw, hay. That obviously doesn't exist in this version, because that's what Vikings would have used, right? And I kind of want to make it feel like a Viking hut. But I think the closest thing we can do is, I don't remember the name now, but when you have grass growing as the roof. So I think I'm gonna do that with an outline of stairs. I think that would look cool. I wanna collect as much wool as possible here as well. So every sheep that I see spawn, I'm punching. Because I am gonna build a passive mob farm at some point. But it literally took me like a year to do in my beta world. So I know that I'm not the biggest fan of farms, even though they make things more convenient. The return on investment or whatever is a little bit too low to me to make it happen earlier. This is gonna be such a huge roof, and I also forgot what I was gonna do, which is fantastic. When you remove a stair in this version, you only get the full block life back, which is well, it's a bit of a loss, right? Not a huge one, but it's still annoying. Also, they take forever to mine, so yeah. And slabs you mine with pickaxes, right? So yeah, things are weird here. Missed you. I think this will look cool once the grass reaches it. Will probably take a while though. Like the grass that I'm growing to get down into the cave. I stood AFK for 2 hours and it barely spread, so this will take a while. No. This is gonna look so weird. I might have to put an emblem or something on this side, because it will look like a triangle. Like the height of it is a bit too short. This side looks okay because of the logs, probably. But this will look a bit funny. Yeah. Like most things in beta that you build look good, even how weird it might feel while doing it, and that's just because the lighting engine and the limited block palette makes most things just look decent. Like to make them look the best, the greatest, of course you have to go an extra step, but like general decency, yeah, that's no problem. Most people can achieve that by just placing down their block, having some sort of varied palette, right? With whatever's available, of course. Yeah, right now this obviously looks a bit weird, but I think with the grass on it, it will look quite nice. Question is maybe the logs should probably have like slabs on. And the question is if we should do something similar a bit higher up as well to give it more texture. Because that just already increased the good looks or whatever. Hey, it's already spread up here. That was really fast. What the hell? But maybe we should do some slabs and log like this a few layers up, actually. Let's craft some slabs. Inside here now is gonna be quite open, and I think to make it feel better at home, we should do something like this. We might get the Viking longhouse feeling if we're lucky, because I don't want to make it feel like a barn, right? Maybe we should do one more in the corner or something. Yeah, but it's a balancing act with these types of builds. Although if you teleported the old Viking longhouse into the real world today, people might think it was a barn, so they have a little bit of an overlap. Both host animals. Nice, there we go. I think it has texture now inside as well. Very good. And we can keep the dirt roof now. But slabs, what I was making. It's so easy to get sidetracked in these versions, because your brain all the time isn't following a pattern, right? You aren't following a set goal or a map made by a developer. Like, you have to make your own goals all the time, and that just makes your brain always search for what to do, which I think is why Minecraft was so attractive to begin with. I'm working on a bigger video. Maybe we'll get some work done today, but it's obviously hard to work when you have a cold. But I'm working on a video where I try to play modern Minecraft again for the first time in what was it, 10 years, something like that, 1.13. I recorded the footage for it before I started doing videos regularly, but it was kind of one of the reasons why I decided to try to push out more YouTube videos, was that video, but I still haven't finished it. And one of the reasons why is because I am quite unsure on what to actually include in it. I have 2 hours of me basically playing through the game and going into the nether and beating the ender dragon, but I'm not sure if it's interesting. The reason why I even did it in the first place was because I saw a guy play World of Warcraft for the first time in, I think it was 20 years, right? And he sort of reacted to everything that was new and gave his thoughts, and that seemed to be interesting to people, so I thought I would do the same thing. But now when I look back at the footage, I just look like a, I don't know, total nonce. And but we'll see. I might just push it up anyway, because, well, I kind of need to push out videos, don't I, if I want this to actually be a thing. I should probably make the actual frame for the roof one block in with plank, like I did on the fishing hut, like this. I think this will make it less like frail feeling. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks better. Maybe we do with logs on these instead. No, that looks weird. One of the blocks that I used a lot in my beta 1.7 world in house building, like wood house building, was trapdoors, right? But trapdoors hasn't been added yet. I think it was added in 1.6, 1.5, one though. Meaning that I cannot use that as a detailer this time. One thing we could use is fences. Would that help? Because they don't stick to walls, right? So it would just be like sticks hanging down. So maybe on these, on the like edges. But I'm a bit afraid that would make it feel less like a longhouse and more like Asian feeling. So maybe not. Because from the side it actually looks quite nice, right? It's just when you go straight up into it. Let's just leave it like this for now. Do a little bit of what is this even called? That's a classic like builder hack in these versions. To give stuff more texture. Like a list. That's what it's called in Swedish. I don't know what it is in English. Yeah, that looks better now. Weird, right? You just put in 2 lines and then all of a sudden it looks better. Yeah. That's how beta building works, I guess. Yeah, this is spreading way quicker than that one over there. That's so weird. Is that because that's in like an ocean biome? Frozen ocean? No, because there is no biome called frozen ocean. I think I'm pretty much done, actually, with the... Hello. I just realized as well that the grass on the house will mean that animals can spawn on it, which will look very funny. The outside is done, I think. I am definitely happy with that. I need to do something with the back side, but I'm thinking maybe I'll put like a flag hanging down, like dunk, dunk or dunk dunk, and then a flag thing, right? So I'm gonna leave this empty for now, after I make the roof a bit heavier though, of course. But yeah, for every place I think I heard a cave noise, by the way. I think Minecraft thinks that this house is a cave right now. That's not good. But for every place I build in Minecraft, I always make sure to give some personality and flags and stuff like that, because I think that just gives me another reason to return to it. If you just have a spawn, for example, which is a bunch of buildings all over the place and pixel art and everything, you will still enjoy it and you will still have fun, but in the longevity, like, your connection to that place is singular, right? You only have a connection to it because you built it. But if you give the places in your Minecraft world a story or lore, and a connection, right, with flags, for example, is my favorite, and you give it a function, right, your connection to the place becomes way stronger. So I recommend that you try to do the same, especially if you're playing these old versions where you kind of have to do everything yourself, because it's so basic, right? Should I put stone as the flooring? No, let's do wood. I don't even know where my sword went, by the way. Could do a carpet though. What is Viking colors? It's black, white, orange, red, stuff like that. I already have an idea for a flag, but I'm gonna need some red dye for that. I think I saw red flowers though. Should I go on a little flower hunt before I move on to the other houses? Probably. Let me just put in the floor and then we're gonna go look for some red flowers. I don't think bone meal works in this version yet, otherwise I could turn on monsters, but since there is no long grass, I imagine it doesn't, right? So obviously colors, almost all of them are non-renewable. The only exception is black and white, meaning that for stuff that you want to put in a lot of color into, you are using limited resources. I obviously will not run out of flowers in this world. I don't think that would be possible, however many years I play this, but you still have to be a bit mindful of what you actually use it for. You can't really throw it away, is what I'm saying, because then you're gonna have to walk quite a bit to find new ones. I like that the light is kind of surrounding the throne a bit, right? That makes it feel a bit softer. I think I want to put this up one step, or maybe not, because my plan was to have like a table, right? So it should be on the same level as everyone else. Whoa, what happened there? And yeah, pistons don't exist yet, so I guess we're just gonna have to do that. It's so weird, it's just blocks, but your brain like immediately just figures out what it is. This looks like a table now. I'm gonna put down some signs, obviously, to design it a bit more, but it's funny how that worked. I don't know if that made a... But I know that this will... Yeah, I like that. I think I'm happy with that. Oh my god, the grass has already started to spread. Seriously? That was so fast. We have an issue, though, I saw on the inside. I honestly don't think that this is gonna look good. So the question is how we're gonna do that. Do I just fill it out with planks anyway? Or dirt, I guess. I could do another layer of dirt like this, right? It will feel a bit more cramped, but it will definitely look better than having grass inside. I think that looks weird. Alright, like I said, it feels a bit cramped, but it will have to do. Still looks good though. So that's the longhouse. Happy with that. The plan now is to go on a bit of an exploration. Get some flowers. I actually haven't left like the spawn area yet, so we're gonna react to this together. Oh, before we leave though, I forgot last video. One of the first things I found in this world that as soon as I pressed the stop recording button, I just realized I forgot to show, is that I found a little bit. Here, a spawner. I cleared it out, obviously, the chest. That's why I had saddles all the time. Skeleton, which is one of the better ones. Obviously spider is the best in these versions, because you can make wool with it, right? The string. But bone is good to grow trees and stuff. But it is in the negative, so there's no point in mining there. But let's explore a bit. It seems that the winter is quite far spread, which is quite cool. But we'll see how far it goes. I'm just on the other side of the lake thing, but this is just absolutely beautiful. I love the rolling hills and winter biome. And I'm quite lucky that it was such a big place, man. The temperature here must be crazy. Oh, found some red flowers that it turns dark. Still a snow biome, by the way, and I'm 400 blocks away from spawn. Might as well bring that with us. So obviously, if I color these sheep before I hit them, we get a way better yield. I can actually color the colored ones. That's good. Good to know. I almost thought that was a sheep, but it's just shadow. There's another one there as well. Might as well go back for it. Oh, is it the end of winter? Could be. I see oak in the distance. Over there. See here as well. It's starting to be a bit fractured, but it's still cold, I guess. I obviously can't bring back a birch sapling, otherwise I would have done that. But yeah, it seems that the snow stops here around 700 blocks from spawn. Maybe. Let's see, over the hill. Looks like it might be continuing here or not. Dude, I'm confused. I think the biomes are too. Oh, sugarcane though. We need that. Okay, so we are 1000 blocks away from spawn. And it's still a lot of snow. But as you can see, the biomes are mixing a little bit. Here it seems like it stops even. So, but it's quite a big area, honestly. 1000 blocks of snow. I thought it would be less. We'll probably not use up all of that space, but it's good to know. If I get a mod to increase the render distance, although that wouldn't be the case when I'm recording. As you can see, I'm barely getting 140 FPS when recording. But if I got a new computer or something, I can put up the render distance, and we would still have snow everywhere. Maybe, or at least in this direction. I'm gonna check out the others too. That's good to know. But let's keep searching and see what we find here. Found a little lava pit. I have seen more of these around than I thought I would. I've been starting to use like a ripple silence detection thing. And it makes the editing way faster, and you can just skim through it instead of watching the whole thing. Because I always watch the whole video when they are complete anyway, right? So watching while editing just makes it feel more repeating. But sometimes that ends up just leaving in some stuff that I would have otherwise cut out. I don't think it's enough to warrant me to actually manually edit out all the silences, right? Because almost everything I say I leave in. At least I did in the last video and in the Reign of Nether mod thing I did. I think those turned out very well, so we can see the house here. So I'm actually gonna go in that direction now and check out what's that way. Okay, here we actually get like a forest quite soon, looks like. I'm only, 500 blocks from spawn, I guess, if I go over there. And it's no snow anymore. So I guess that's the closest area to our base. We'll have to see though. I will go in that direction as well. I'm just gonna pick up this clay. Make Etho annoyed at me. There we go. I might want to use bricks for something is my thought process. But yeah, the snow ends here at around 500 blocks. And it seems that it continues this way, but not here, right? So I'm gonna walk a bit over here as well and see what happens. Take some birch with me. Although it's a block I almost never use, I think like if you combine it with snow blocks, maybe that could look cool. I think that will just turn out like snow with pebbles in it though, but we'll see. Oh, that's a mushroom. Nice. I don't know if you're faster on ice if you walk normally or jump. Jumping feels like you reach maybe max velocity the fastest, but they're probably the same speed. But if you turn and stuff, you probably want to jump, I guess. Because obviously in modern Minecraft it's way faster to jump, right? But since we don't have sprinting here, I don't actually know. Oh, some more pumpkins. Don't mind if I do. This is the smallest patch I think I've ever seen though. Usually they generate and it's about 8 pumpkins. That was only 2. I don't think I've ever seen that small of a patch. That's rare or something. That's so weird. I guess 800 blocks away from spawn in diagonal direction is also not snow. So it seems to stretch mostly in the positive X direction or Y. No, not Y, Z. I can't remember now which direction I went first. Yeah. Minus Z. I think it was. Yeah. So in the minus Z direction, I guess it stretches the longest. Oh, more pumpkins. Either this patch was very spread out, or I have run into 3 pumpkin patches in 100 blocks, which must be some crazy luck. Oh, here is some non-snow area as well, at around 400 blocks. It might be the shortest distance. I've already forgotten what the last one was. Oh, another pumpkin patch. This guy that just decided that he wanted to fly, I guess. Fantastic. But just walking over this snowy landscape like this, this whiteness all around you is very calming. And my FPS is loving it as well. As you can see, it's up to almost 300 here. And when I was in the new non-snow areas, it was barely 150. I don't understand how that worked. Alright, we are back. Got a decent haul out of it. And we timed perfectly with the sunset. I'm gonna show you what I've gotten. So here we go. And I now have half a stack of pumpkins, half a stack of flowers, almost 2 stacks of roses, 50 red wool, 6 mushrooms, bunch more of these wool colors as well, some leather and sugarcane and birch, of course, but I'm not sure if we're gonna use it. I usually always end up mining a bunch of birch, but then I never use it for anything. Because it's so hard to fit into any palette in what exists in beta. It has to be something very textured, maybe together with cobblestone or snow, as I said, maybe. But you can see they are different types of white, right? So we'll see what I end up doing. But now I want to build the flag for this place. Oh, the sheep just pushed me away. I just got a faint memory from back in the day, where you could build a machine or something that when you start sleeping you would get pushed away, and you could make a dream tunnel thing, so that when you woke up it was like you had a dream or something. To place out fences in this version there has to be a block underneath it, so that's what I'm doing. And here is the flag going to go. I think we're going to do a shield type thing. And the colors are black and red. And since this is a Viking inspired type thing, I'm thinking an emblem in the middle. And then black outside. This is hanging into the ground. I don't know, but maybe do it one step up. It looks a bit weird. I think that looks a bit weird, actually. That just looks strange as well. Maybe wider. It's just too big. It feels like from these fences it should be small. That looks okay. I am realizing though I made the, is it Aboriginal flag? That is black and red. But yeah, that looks okay. It looks a bit weird, a bit strange. I can't really pinpoint why. But I'm gonna leave it as that for now, and I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna come back with some tea and maybe I've slept a little bit, and we're gonna finish up these houses. Okay, I have a cup of lemon tea now with some honey in it. Gonna be sipping on that to see if it changes things. It's been about an hour of pause here. We're gonna finish up the houses now. I think I literally skipped like 1 minute of game time there, by the way. I didn't need to sleep, but whatever. We're gonna finish up the houses, and to that I'm probably not gonna build anymore for a little while. Yeah, you can see the animals spawning on the roof. That's kind of funny. When it snows, it's gonna look even better. Of course, it looks a bit out of place right now, right? But yeah, this grew way faster than I would have thought. Meanwhile, my grass bridge over the water still has barely moved. I don't know if it has something to do with the Y level or that it's like considered water or something, but it's taken forever. I should probably put in some water here to freeze. I haven't drunk coffee since I started with the paleo diet thing that I talked about in the last video. Because it's not a part of the diet and it reduces stress and all of that. But I thought I would change it out for tea, but I just haven't drank a lot of tea because it's been summer. And quite a warm summer, of course. Or I guess that depends on where you're from, but for Swedish standard it's quite warm. It has on multiple occasions been more than 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry. Freedom units, but I imagine it's around a little too hot for comfort. I don't know, man. For a Scandinavian man like myself, it's very warm. But I imagine if you're from like Texas or something, you probably have no problem with that amount of heat. Alright. I think I'm just gonna do similar roofs to what I did to the longhouse and also on this one. Obviously this one is a twisty-turny, but that shouldn't be an issue. No, I haven't built a road or path rather. Actually, let's do that. Make it feel even more natural. And for the roof, I think obviously since stairs in this version can't bend and turn like they can in modern ones, we have to use full blocks for the corners. But that isn't a big problem. It doesn't make it look that much worse. It just makes it feel a bit different, I guess. Is this even? No, it's not. This is the top. I realized that the roof will stick out quite a bit on here, for example, but that's okay. I think that will look quite sweet. We need more stairs and also slabs. I said this in the last video, but a tip from me when you're crafting in these versions is to use both left and right click. For many years I only spammed the right click button. But if you kind of do like a front and back, you can craft way faster. As you can see, I am Speedy Gonzalez. And when you don't have shift clicking, that saves you a lot of time and finger energy, I guess. It's funny to me, I'm having the Minecraft background play, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's funny to me how I watched an interview with C418, I think 2 days ago. And he talked about how he, when he designed the Minecraft soundtrack, most games and indie games at that point was chiptune. And he didn't want chiptune because that would feel like, well, he didn't like chiptune, basically. And chiptune is, you know, the old jingles, like the old Mario soundtrack, you know, all of those classic, like 8-bit type songs, I think they are called as well. He didn't like that, so he decided to do atmospheric, which wasn't even his music genre. And I found it so fascinating that a guy who has never made atmospheric music before, on the first attempt, makes music that is considered by many to be the greatest game music ever. but also the greatest atmospheric music. Like on first try, he doesn't even make that type of music, right? I find it very funny. Another thing that was very cool with him, as he talked about in that interview, right, is that he doesn't even listen to atmospheric music. And I've never thought of it that way, that originality and flavor, right, comes from you having a lack of experience with certain genres or whatever. So, for example, and I hear this everywhere, when I watched the Valve movie, I think it was, on Half-Life 1, or Half-Life in general it might have been, they talked about how they wasn't allowed to play any other video games apart from the game they were making, and when they were making Half-Life. And I think that's a very great philosophy, because it turned out to be the best game ever, pretty much. And I think it was very much thanks to that. Might be weird to have a big window to the street though, or this could be like I was about to say church, but we are still in a Viking village, so that doesn't make much sense. I'm not sure if I want to have a window here. Why do you want to go inside? I don't understand. But yeah, I think just that philosophy of not, I guess, weighing on other people when you're making it yourself is something that maybe everyone should do more. I don't know if it works. Like, there are probably so many artists and game makers and YouTubers that we have never heard about and will never hear about. It probably has more to do with who you are as a person than ever. But yeah, that's just my thoughts after watching that C418 interview. Such a great album as well. Both the Alpha and Beta album. And I didn't know this, but apparently he actually came back. They let him do 3 tracks, I think, into modern Minecraft, which is far too less, of course, but I didn't know about it, so I was very surprised. And of course it sounds just as good as the old Minecraft tracks. I mean, the guy is a musical genius, but also a funny thing about him is that he still works a normal job. You would think that a guy who made the soundtrack for the biggest game ever, or one of the biggest games, I think Tetris is technically still bigger, you would think that he would be able to maybe quit his job and live life, and he could, but he has decided not to, because he doesn't trust that this will continue forever. I found that very funny. He must really like his job then, because if I was in his position, I wouldn't. I would quit on the spot. I don't even know if I didn't. I wasn't liking the boss too much. I would maybe even not do the 2-week notice thing. Or in Sweden it's 4 weeks, but like if I got rich off a music album like that, I maybe just would have said fuck off and left. I don't know. So my idea here was to build 2 houses, 2 roofs, sorry, but I think it might be a bit too small for that. So I'm thinking maybe in this direction, like a triangle here as well. I think that will be good. I think that will be good. Alright, I'm missing 5 logs. I guess we have to dig down 1. Like I said, I really don't want to. I think I'm going to, not today, but at some point I'm going to go to a forest that I saw 1,000 blocks away and just dig down spruce until I have a full inventory. I might even put a railroad to it and do a minecart with chest thing. Actually, that might be a cool project to have that creates story, right? That this forest is to be preserved and we have to make transport route to another forest. So you have to build an outpost there. That might actually be quite cool. Yeah, by the way, I realized when I watched the previous video that I spoke quite quickly at points. I don't know why I do that. I think that might be because English is not my native language and I just try to... Or that I'm just... I want to match my thoughts when I talk, and sometimes it goes fast up there, so I need to speak faster. I don't know. But I'm trying to slow down in my speech. Because after all, I want this to be a video to relax to, or whatever I would call it. A video to watch when you're sick, maybe. I think that makes sense since I'm also sick. But yeah, I think that I don't want to get too hooked up on orders of doing stuff, of course, in the world, because I won't follow them anyway, probably. Or if I do, it won't be as fun. But the 3 things I want to get done now are, or the 3 projects rather, are the storage system under the ice, or laboratory, whatever, my main like hub. I want to do the forest railroad thing, and then I want to do Moria, like my dwarven home, mountain home. That's probably what I would call it, mountain home. I know it's a very basic name, but I want names for all the places that I build to make a story, and I feel like if I do a name that's like a bit fantasy inspired driven, I might like it more, since I'm reading Lord of the Rings right now. But I don't know. I played this game Dwarf Fortress when it came to Steam. I haven't checked in on it since then, but I saw that they had released the adventure mode. It might have been a year ago now. But that guy has, on the topic of developing games, has developed the same game for like 26 years or something. Only him and his brother. They didn't have a team or anything, right? They just did what they wanted to for that long. And I think that's just incredible, to have a lifelong passion project that you never end, right? Whether it be a game or a company or a story or a book or whatever. A world is probably what most of you watching could consider doing, because it honestly just requires creativity and painting software or pen and paper, and I think you got that. But he talked in an interview about how he thinks it's good that you have one lifelong project, because that gives you a bit of motivation or drive to for every day, right? Even if work is boring or you're not having the best of luck with women or whatever, you always have that one project that you can return to that feels like home. And I think that is something important to be said about that you should have something, because life is quite easy in the modern day, right? If you compare it to what it has been. So our brains are probably very understimulated all of the time. So if you have something to spend your time on, I think that sounds like a great idea. But yeah, I think these houses are done now. This obviously looks weird at this angle, but there's no other way to do it in order to make it look natural. So it will have to be. It looks so strange though. But at all other angles it looks good. Wait. Yeah, I've also forgotten to do the roof here, so that might add to the weirdness. I think I'm pretty much done with the houses now. I think it looks cute. It's, of course it could be oak in the logs instead. It's very contrasty, but I'm happy with it. I think it looks cool. I don't know if I wanna... I might as well put in floors. What have I got to lose, right? But yeah, the lifelong project. I've been thinking about that. I started, of course, writing music when I was very young, and has continued doing so since then. I released a couple of albums and all of that, but my lifelong project right now is a fantasy world. That doesn't make sense, right? It shouldn't be right now, it should be lifelong. But I saw a guy who made a map of his world, and it took him until he was like 50 until he started, so I guess lifelong just means from when you start. So right now I am doing a fantasy world that, just for my own sake really. I don't know if I will ever do anything with it, but we'll see. It's Oh, my voice went. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft and like the stereotypical World of Warcraft and G.R.R. Tolkien's work, right? So it's like a little bit more adult, I guess, G.R.R. Tolkien. But since my voice has went here, I think I need to end this now. I was planning on doing more, but I think that will have to do. Thank you very much for watching, and if you reached this far, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like. That would really help me.